Hello, Burn. Hello,
Hi,
Barnaby.
mate.
I
Hi.
really enjoyed the film. Now, Burn, I'll start with you first. Your character has quite a serious Class A drug problem. Without asking you, did you go all method? How do you research a character like that, or research, that sort of behavior?
Yeah, it's funny, Simon. I probably should have done more research, but I quite like the ambiguity of not knowing exactly. Um, wh- I mean, obviously, it was a heroin habit, but I suspected that in his past life, he's probably tried everything, and so this was just the final ladder on the descent down, as it were. But what was really helped was talking to Barnaby about perhaps the physical nature
Mm.
of numbers and the fact that realistically, Simon, he's in his pants half the time. He's not going anywhere. He's not going outside. He's stuck in that room upstairs. But we did do some work on the sort of almost maybe balletic movement that might come in a when numbers is away with the fairies, as it were. And obviously, I have actually done some work before playing an addict. So in terms of how you administer the drug, as it were, that was we did have a discussion about that, but we didn't really discuss it in depth. Just kind of tried to just come up with some interesting angles and things for the camera and for the film. Yeah.
So, Barnaby, I need to ask you about the soundtrack. It's a really, really interesting soundtrack. It's not often that you hear Cilla Black on the score, and let's be fair, there's a good reason for that. How did you come about settling on using her recordings?
Well, I think the thing is that really grabs me about this film, and it starts when you start to think about a film, you think of it one way and everything like that. But I think all your influences in your kind of past kind of comes out, and it was definitely made. This film doesn't say what time it is, but it's definitely around the 70s, 80s kind of time and everything. And what I really, and all those kind of gangster movies and everything back then, I just, I loved, and even down, but there's meant to be an eccentricity to it. That all the characters are meant to be a little heightened and a little turned up a bit. And to get the right music for for numbers was we went through a lot of different things and everything like that. But when I hit on Stella, it just all fitted, because the other thing is that she's got such a huge back catalogue,
Massive.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's such an amazing voice. And it was just like, there was like, my only worry was just like, are people going to get it? People are going to get it, and it's just like, in other countries and everything like that. But it's like, it's like she's gold in this country. She's and
Yeah.
and I think it's good to have her back.
And I'm guessing that her version of Gypsy Tramps and Thieves was not as expensive as Cher's version.
You're right there. Yes. Yeah, yeah,
Rumble.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
Byrne, you sustained some pretty gruesome injuries in this. So, how uncomfortable are those scenes to shoot for you, and wearing the prosthetics, by the end?
Oh, it's always a good day at the office, Simon, because when you're working with particularly prosthetic artists, they've got such a good sense of humor. It's a sort of gallows humor, obviously. When they're putting on your severed arm, they tell you about all the stories and who they've worked with. And then after lunch, do you want your blood on after lunch or before lunch? It's sort of you're growing this thing together, so it's always actually really really good fun. Perhaps there's something wrong with me, but I yeah, I really like working because they're artists at the top of their game.
Yeah,
The people, obviously, on this there are lots and lots of injuries, and there was lots and lots of blood everywhere. But yeah, no, it was effortless. It really was. I had to have my arm behind my back for about a day or so. Apart from that, it's all gravy. Yeah, yeah, good fun.
So Barnaby, you like David Fincher, you've come from a music video background, and it's well known that he used a lot of techniques and technology to his feature films when he started feature film directing. Was that the same for you with this?
Oh, it was the opposite for me. I'm quite known for visual trickery and post production in my music videos and in my other work. And what I didn't want to do is rely on that. I wanted to work with actors, and I wanted to get that skill set ticked off. I didn't want people to watch this movie and think, oh look, there's a music director who's gone off and done his trickery, but we've missed the story, we've missed the character, and we missed that. And I'm not saying that there's anything. I mean, obviously he's one of the best in the world, for Mr. Fincher. But I think I needed to learn to work with actors, and I needed to let them do what they do best, and that's what was really important for me.
So
And
for both of you now,
honored.
so I say so for both of you now, it's quite the interiors. It's quite a small set. So what with a crew, all the equipment, the heat of the lights as well. How difficult and claustrophobic did it get for you to do the fight sequences and amongst everything else in the film?
Well,
Mm.
for me, it was great. I mean, it's like, I mean, yeah, and also we shot it on a huge camera too. So it was like to get that into, especially into I call it the kids' room, which was Grady's and Numbers room. To get that in the scene where Eddie's talking to Tian in his bedroom, in his room, to get that camera like kind of squashed in there it was impossible. But we because we designed the set and we designed everything, we could remove walls and stuff like that. So on some places we could do that, and but again, it was all part of the world we were trying to do. It is very claustrophobic, and it's also, but the 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 humor and the solidarity on set was so good that yeah, it just flew by. It really did.
We also did have the scenes, not so much me because I was stuck upstairs in the warm, but there were scenes out on Dartmoor, and they were real pigs, obviously, and there was real mud and pig excrement everywhere. Sam and Eddie rolling around in it, There was that part of the film as well where it was pretty cold as well up there, wasn't it? It was certainly it
Freezing
certainly
cold.
helped. It helped the characters when
It
we
was
were up in Dartmoor, middle of nowhere. It was pretty spooky, creepy place.
The glamour of filming.
There we
Thank you
go.
both.
Yeah.
Thank you both for your time. That was excellent. I really enjoyed the film.
Thank you, Simon.
Cheers, Simon. Thanks, mate.